Mastering the art of influencing without authority is vital for success. In today's complex organizational environments, everyone must build skills to inspire trust, foster cooperation, and drive positive change, even without formal power. These abilities not only help gain support from key stakeholders, but also enhance collaboration and facilitate the achievement of shared goals, ultimately strengthening one's professional growth and impact. This course will guide you in identifying key characteristics that support successful influence without authority. You'll learn persuasive techniques that appeal to emotions, fostering cooperation without a leadership title. You'll also discover how to leverage various types of personal power and apply effective strategies for influencing in challenging situations. Imagine being on a team without an official role, yet armed with a groundbreaking idea. Could you persuade your peers to adopt and act on it without formal authority? This situation embodies the core of influencing without authority, the ability to guide decisions, opinions, and actions without relying on hierarchical control. Think of it like persuasive selling, where your vision captivates others, inspiring them to buy into your ideas. Greta Thunberg, for instance, is a powerful modern influencer who spurred global climate action without holding any formal position, demonstrating the incredible impact of influence beyond traditional power structures. To succeed in navigating organizational dynamics, it's crucial to develop the skill of influencing without formal authority. It's not just about gaining stakeholder support, but also about cultivating collaboration and advancing your career. However, influencing without authority has its limitations, especially in time-sensitive situations where quick decisions are needed. Relying solely on influence can delay decision-making and complicate the process. This approach works best in environments where hierarchy is flexible, allowing influence to grow naturally. Effective influence without authority relies on several critical characteristics. Among them, developing deep expertise and confidence in your field is essential. By establishing yourself as a knowledgeable resource, you gain credibility, allowing your insights and ideas to carry weight. Adding certifications or enrolling in specialized courses not only enhances your expertise but also strengthens your influence. Equally important is understanding your organization's internal dynamics, key stakeholders, and objectives. Attending meetings, building cross-departmental connections, and seeking mentorship deepen your understanding of how things work within the organization. Building credibility and trust is also essential. Demonstrating competence, meeting performance goals, and consistently delivering results establish you as a reliable team member. This track record helps others see you as someone they can depend on, fostering collaboration and cooperation. Relationship building is another potent tool for influence. While relationships alone don't guarantee influence, they significantly increase the chances of gaining support for your ideas. Genuine connections with colleagues, demonstrated through empathy, kindness, and respect, help foster a workplace of mutual respect and understanding. Encouraging collaboration by inviting others' input creates an environment where creativity flourishes and power struggles diminish. Influencing without authority also requires emotional intelligence and the ability to set aside one's ego. Lastly, effective communication is central to successful influence. Sharing ideas clearly, concisely, and persuasively, and structuring messages logically while using accessible language makes your ideas more compelling. Active listening shows engagement and empathy, which in turn builds trust and rapport with colleagues. Using inclusive language such as we and us fosters a sense of shared purpose, while maintaining eye contact reinforces credibility. John, in his leadership journey, learned much about influencing without authority. His experience as a daycare teacher taught him that while he was determined to push for a particular procedure, he missed the value of finding common ground. He realized later that a rigid approach could cause others to feel alienated, highlighting the importance of likability and relatability in influencing effectively without formal power. Asking questions can be a powerful way to influence. You might say, "This could be an opportunity for us. What do you think would make it even better?" By inviting others to share their thoughts first, you create an opening for dialogue and collaboration, which can lead to greater receptivity to your ideas. Consider the influence you currently have. How can you deepen your knowledge and expertise? How can you build greater trust and cultivate meaningful relationships with your peers and leaders? Developing these skills can transform your influence within any organization. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, once experienced the power of persuasion firsthand when his team convinced him to reconsider a major decision. Though he was initially reluctant about creating a phone, He ultimately allowed his team to design what would become the iPhone, a decision that proved immensely successful. While persuasion and influence are distinct concepts, they're closely related. Persuasion is the art of intentionally shifting someone's behavior or opinions through communication and reasoning, focusing on immediate impact. Influence, on the other hand, has a lasting effect, guiding others' actions and thoughts over time. True influence is built gradually through experience, trust, and credibility, often seeming effortless. While persuasion might inspire someone to make a one-time choice, influence shapes attitudes and behaviors in ways that endure. When used well, persuasion can help establish influence over time. Mike, a leader in the energy sector without formal authority, embodies the adage, "If you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail." His go-to approach was to ask questions to engage others, which initially worked but ultimately limited his effectiveness. Recognizing the need to diversify his toolbox, Zachary began to incorporate rapport building, vision sharing, and demonstrated competence into his leadership. By doing so, he elevated his capacity to influence and gained greater informal authority. With that in mind, let's explore key steps to using persuasion skills to gain support without official authority. First one is engage your audience actively. Persuasion is most effective when people are actively involved rather than passive observers. Engaging others, whether one-on-one or in groups, creates a receptive atmosphere for persuasion. One of the best ways to foster engagement is by asking questions. Take time to understand others' motivations, their goals, reasons for working, and definitions of success. This enables you to align your arguments with what matters most to them. Second one is connect through shared goals. The next step is to find common ground. Link your objectives with those of your audience to create an emotional response called the friendship trigger, which establishes rapport. This shows that you understand them and have similar goals. Once this connection is made, they're more open to being persuaded. Third one is build credibility. Establishing credibility is essential. This requires striking a balance between assertiveness and approachability. Rather than merely asserting authority, emphasize your expertise, present supporting facts, and demonstrate reliability. When you activate the authority trigger, you build professional trust that complements the personal connection established through the friendship trigger. And finally, inspire hope and provide a logical rationale. The final step in gaining support through persuasion is to activate hope. Show your audience how your proposal benefits them personally by tapping into the hope trigger. This helps them see how your ideas align with their goals, making them more receptive. Alongside this, employ the reason why trigger by providing clear, logical reasons for your proposal. Research shows that people are more likely to accept even a simple, reasonable explanation, so giving a rationale, no matter how straightforward, adds to your persuasive power. By using these strategies, you can construct a compelling case that resonates with your audience's motivations, increasing the likelihood of their support. As Mike Iandolo, a former leader at Cisco and Alcatel-Lucent, notes, emotional triggers are invaluable for persuasive communication, especially when one lacks formal authority. Unofficial leaders often doubt their ability to advocate for their ideas, fearing they lack the standing to make an impact. But developing persuasive skills is crucial for advancing initiatives, even without a formal title. Leveraging personal power to influence others. Personal power, distinct from formal authority, comes from individual qualities and can be a potent influence. Let's look at the types of personal power and how they can shape others' behavior effectively. Referent power stems from admiration and respect. It is marked by strong interpersonal skills and the ability to inspire confidence, charisma, and approachability. When people are drawn to your presence and inspired by your demeanor, you wield referent power. This type of power fosters trust, encourages collaboration, and promotes high morale. Expert power is rooted in knowledge rather than charisma. It's gained through education, experience, or specialized skills, lending credibility to your opinions. People naturally look to experts for solutions, making this form of power invaluable regardless of one's official role. Even those in entry-level positions can wield influence if they possess expertise in a given area. Similar to expertise, informational power is based on access to important information, which can imply connections with other influential figures. In a data-driven environment, possessing valuable information and deciding when to share it can be a powerful means of influence. Informational power fosters relationships based on shared knowledge and helps build credibility through rational persuasion. Lastly, connection power is derived from relationships with key influencers and decision-makers. People with strong networks often become power brokers, facilitating alliances and accessing resources that others cannot. Building connections with leaders and decision-makers enables you to bridge people and ideas, amplifying your ability to get things done. Many people possess a mix of these powers. You may have elements of expertise, referent qualities, or connection-building abilities without fully realizing their potential. Taking the time to recognize and develop these aspects of personal power can significantly expand your influence within any organization. Consider your own personal powers. Are you actively advocating for your ideas? How can you apply these steps and triggers to be more persuasive? And in what ways can you harness and develop your personal power to better influence those around you? Reflecting on these questions will help you better navigate and succeed in roles where formal authority may be limited. Rosina, a host at a high-end hotel, is deeply loyal to her organization and has gradually gained influence without any formal authority. Yet one day, a coworker said the words she had always dreaded hearing, "You're not my boss." Though conflict isn't her forte, Rosina recalled some valuable advice from her colleague Marianne. Challenging situations like these are learning opportunities. Shifting your perspective can make such conflicts less daunting. After all, it's part of her job to navigate and grow from them. Each experience like this, Marianne reminded her, will help Rosina become a better leader, whether she has a formal title or not. Being prepared for challenges is essential, and Rosina learned to handle them by acknowledging reality while showing how teamwork benefits everyone. If someone resists her direction because she isn't their official boss, she now has a response ready. "You're right, I'm not your official boss. But when we work together to accomplish this, it benefits all of us, our team, our department, and our organization." Navigating challenges without authority. Influencing without formal authority, especially in tough situations, can be challenging. How you approach these moments shapes your ability to solve problems and build influence. Here are 5 key strategies for navigating such situations. Recognize and avoid influence-destroying behaviors. While influencing is a valuable skill, certain behaviors, self-centeredness, disregard for others' needs, or power misuse, can destroy influence. Consider the specific situation, people involved, stakes, and organizational culture, and be mindful of both factual and emotional dimensions. Finding common ground is a great starting point. Focus on what you can control. In any situation, some things are within your control, like your attitude, emotional response, and actions. You might not control a coworker's outburst in a meeting, but you can control your response by staying calm and rational. This approach can positively impact others, who see you as level-headed and reasonable. Identify elements you can influence. When you can't control a situation directly, look for ways to influence it indirectly. This doesn't mean taking charge, but rather guiding the situation in a positive direction. Find people you can turn to for support, like allies or defenders, who can help you negotiate a solution or compromise. Accept or adapt to uncontrollable situations. Sometimes, circumstances or people won't change. In these cases, acceptance or adaptation is key. Acceptance is not a sign of passivity. It demonstrates resilience and maturity. Adaptation allows you to prioritize practical responses and make thoughtful, strategic decisions. Leverage positional authority when necessary. If all other attempts to influence have failed, consider using whatever positional authority you do have. This should be a last resort, and it's crucial to use logic and reason rather than a "because I said so" approach, which can harm future influence. However, in cases where a decision must be made, appealing to your supervisor or leveraging your title may be necessary. Just ensure you communicate your reasons clearly. Building your influence toolkit. Handling challenges effectively lets you refine your influencing skills. Over time, as you face similar situations with calmness and positivity, your credibility and influence will grow, and people will trust your guidance more. Think about your last challenge at work. How did you respond? Can you build your personal influence more effectively in future situations? Essential qualities for successfully influencing without authority include confidence, expertise, credibility, trust, relationship building, and effective communication. Persuasion skills to gain cooperation without authority. To gain cooperation without authority, use these 4 persuasion steps. Engage actively. Make people active participants, which fosters a more receptive environment for persuasion. Ask questions and understand what drives them, aligning your ideas with their goals. Align shared goals. Link your goals with theirs to establish common ground and connection, building rapport. Legitimize your leadership. Balance confidence with approachability and emphasize your expertise to establish credibility and trust. Activate hope and provide reason. Show how your proposal benefits them personally, aligning with their goals. Also, give clear, logical reasons for your ideas to make them more compelling. Leveraging personal power types to influence. 4 types of personal power can help you shape others' behavior effectively. Referent power. This stems from admiration, respect, and interpersonal skills, which inspire confidence and encourage collaboration. Expert power, based on knowledge, skills, or experience, this form of power is especially impactful, as people naturally turn to experts for solutions. Informational power, derived from access to important information, this power enables you to build credibility and foster relationships through shared knowledge. Connection power. Connections with influential people can facilitate collaboration, expand resources, and strengthen alliances. Most people possess a blend of these powers. Reflect on the influence you already have, and consider ways to strengthen and apply it. Influencing without formal authority requires patience, strategy, and self-awareness. By focusing on what you can control, staying adaptable, and knowing when to lean on your positional authority, you can effectively guide others, even in the absence of an official title.